What's up, red, white, and blue? Welcome to Hashtag NFL Fantasy Pro, better known as Non-Keeper Football League Flex Auction Noob Tier. Always start your per reception owners. I am BJ Beamer, and our guest this week is TV host and alpha male Cole Ossal. Cole, how you doing?
I'm doing great, BJ. Looks like you've been hitting the gym. No more spaghetti on.
I have, I know. That was so embarrassing, man. You called me out on television. Dang. Hey, Cole, before the show, we were talking about how these so-called experts are saying you got to start trading away some of your players while keeping in mind the bye weeks, but you have a different opinion. What is that opinion, Cole?
Well, my opinion is not to listen to these experts who are pipsqueaks who never played a down of football in their whole lives. But if you're going to do a trade and you want to focus on something, the deciding factor should be who your player is going to face in the playoffs of your fantasy league. Look at those defensive matchups, and if they got tough ones, stay away.
Wow, that is really thinking long-term, especially for those 3-0 teams who can kind of think more long-term. Speaking of the 3-0 teams, they're going to start wanting to trade away 2 or 3 players, get a top-tier player. They're probably going to prey on those 0-3 teams that are a little bit desperate right now for a win.
Vultures.
Vultures. I mean, you got to get on those 0-3 teams, am I right?
Yeah.
This brings us to our email question of the week. This comes from Jerry from Cleveland, Ohio.
Dog pound.
He says, "Hey BJ," hello Jerry, "I love what you guys are doing at Hashtag NFL Fantasy Pro." Thank you very much. "I did what you said and drafted Jordan Cameron. Nice. I also drafted Jason Witten in an earlier round. Should I trade one of these top tier tight ends? If so, which?" Cool.
Well, it depends on the makeup of your team, but with either of those guys, they're beast mode 24/7 right now. I mean, Jordan Cameron in a PPR league is outscoring Adrian Peterson, so as having him as your flex, if you're going to start Witten, I mean, your team is looking pretty solid. So it depends what else you got going on. But if you had to trade away one of them, like if you're twisting my arm because you were on steroids and I wasn't, I'd say you got to go back to my massive comment earlier about who did they play during the playoff weeks of your fantasy league. Now, in weeks 14 through 16, they each played the Bears defense. Now, even superhuman, hard-hitting Jason Witten is going to have a tough matchup there. But Witten also faces the Packers and the Redskins, and both of those defensive, passing schemes are in dismal disarray right now. Whereas Cameron has to face the Patriots and the Jets. So it's going to be hard for him, even when he's running around all superheroed up. So if you had to trade away one of them, feel good about trading away Cameron.
Wow. Bottom line, Jerry from Cleveland, you're in a fantastic situation.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be in.
Great spot. I mean, those guys are A1 studs, You could have them with a side of veggies and mashed potatoes, you know what I mean? You want
big old steak.
Yeah, steak boys. Now listen to Cole Ossal. He is going to steer you in the right direction. And speaking about studs, Cole, who's your stud pickup of the week? I know it's week 4, and as the season progresses, and it's getting harder and harder to get a good free agent, but who's your stud pickup of the week?
Well, my colossal pickup of the week would have been me if I was still playing, but since I'm retired, and if I was playing, I probably would have been drafted already. But my colossal pick of the week is a guy that's been getting stronger, faster, and quicker each week. And that's Santonio Holmes of the New York Flying Jets. Now, last week he grabbed 5 of those balls for $154 and a touchdown, and he was just taking that pigskin wherever he felt like it. And the Jets, they got a rookie quarterback who's going to need time to develop, and it's going to take them a half of football each week to get really comfortable. The issue with that is they're going to find themselves in a lot of holes, having to throw the ball a lot. And unless Stephen Hill can, cash in on that second-round draft pick that he was for the Jets, which hasn't really happened yet, look for Santonio Holmes to be the guy that's going to his value go over the top.
Yes. Our streak of bold predictions just keeps on trucking here at Hashtag NFL Fantasy Pro. Santonio Holmes, guys. That's all the time we have this week. I wish it could never end, but that's all the time that's allotted. I'd like to thank Cole Ossal for coming to the show. And guys, thanks for tuning in again. Catch us next week. Same time, same place. I'm BJ Beamer. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.